At this place in history, we're in Burlington at the Ethan Allen Homestead with Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins, and he's going to tell us what happened right just down the river from here.
Yeah, right down the river. So we're talking about the Black Snake Affair, and we're starting here at the Ethan Allen Homestead because that's where the signage is that talks about it. So it gives you a good place to start. Black Snake actually refers to a boat that was painted black or covered with tar to make it completely black. And so it was this really cool smuggling vessel that plied the waters of Lake Champlain. But I'm going to back up a second, okay? This happened back in 1808, and so in 1807, Thomas Jefferson, who's president of the United States, was worried about both England and France causing problems with our trade. His best idea was to create an embargo and say that the United States is not going to send any trade goods to England. And then Vermonters said, oh, wait a minute. How do we get rid of all of our logs, our cattle, our pigs, our grain, and our very important potash? We send it north to Canada, usually up Lake Champlain. So we get terms like smuggler's notch came out of this time period, and they started dispatching revenue officers to the area, and a group of Vermont militia were called up, and they were put on a little boat called the Fly, a revenue cutter, the Fly, meant to stop this illegal trading on Lake Champlain. And so now we're going to get in the car and we're going to go see that spot. So the Black Snake has arrived at the base of the falls. They know that the Fly is coming behind them. So they decide to stash the boat, and they stash it behind this island, which is behind us in the middle of the Winooski River. Ultimately, the Fly comes up. The smugglers, as they were, have unloaded their guns, this big, huge cannon, which we called a punt gun, which is like a huge shotgun. It's like 8 feet long. They've loaded with all sorts of nasty things onto shore, probably around, near where we're standing here. Of course, everybody's been drinking because that's what they did in the morning, both the militiamen and the smugglers. And the smugglers decide, this is enough. We're going to shoot. And then the smugglers just open up and they let this cannon loose and they just fire it off. It kills 3 men all in one shot. So we have this battle between smugglers and militiamen right here on the river. They're fighting over states' rights versus federal rights, open border capitalism versus protectionism. I mean, these are international to hyper-local events that are all unfolding right here on the Winooski River.
Along the Winooski River in Burlington at this place in history.